Hey everyone. Hey friends and family, loved ones, and fools, magicians and gardeners and creators. How are you today? How's it going? How's your December feeling? How's your end of the month or end of the year? How is it? How is it? How's it going? So there's a lot of confusion, and on the other side of that is clarity, and it just gets to be that way and come in waves, and I just get to remember to surrender. So I'm giving myself permission to play and permission for my inner goofball to come out and play, because that's just what it gets to be today. And so I have my mannequin, my model, behind me, and she's festive. She's got a little wreath around her neck and little antler horns on her head. So it's just continuing with my play. It's been 7 days since I showed up to do a video. I took a little break just to kind of make the room for spontaneity and kind of help me get through like this eye of the needle. Like just letting go of what I think I'm supposed to do, what I think I'm supposed to know, where I think I'm supposed to go. Yeah, all those things. And doing my best to surrender and suspend and drop like all the mind chatter and all the different distractions and pulls and all that scattered energy, and bring it back here to myself. So I can be the full. I can play the full. I can be full. I can be empty. So I can become full. Or I can just be full of it. Full of all of it. And so yesterday, it was a fun day to play and just laugh at everything and enjoy the ridiculousness and the hilarity of life, because it is so comical and farcical and ridiculous sometimes that it's just like, what else can you do with it but laugh at it, because it's so silly and so dumb sometimes. So, yeah. So I was just joking around yesterday and about the bullshitters and the fool shitters. The fool shitters are the ones who are so full of shit they're shitting out fools. So shitting out fools of themselves. So it's just kind of funny because we all get to play that fool sometimes, and so yeah, just get with the rhythm and get with the rhyme. Get with the time of no time. And so yeah, just doing my thing in all my ways, in and through, being love all my ways. So love for me through all my ways. And so it still is, about the pink for me right now. The pink and the blues right now are huge. I don't know. Yeah, it's like so awesome though, like how these things just come in and there's messages, and it is a gift and a discovery and a fun exploration and a fun interplay. So the pinks and the blues have been coming in a lot. Yeah, this new energy, and it's like soft too. And yeah, been getting ready for, the festive holidays and all the gift giving and the gatherings and all of that. So I'm super excited about Yule and winter solstice and holding a circle this year coming up soon. And so I'm preparing for that, gathering up all my symbols and my gifts and inspiration and offerings, and doing my best to leave the room and make the space for spontaneity and for that inspiration to come through, because it always does in creative, awesome, playful, mysterious ways. And so just looking at certain things and drawn to certain things, and I have been guided to work with the stones lately, and this year was a huge year for me to work with the stones and to play with the stones. And I was guided as well to review some of the Sacred Path cards that I've been working with the last couple months. And one of those is the stone people, and it's really great because all these new stones have come into my life in the last couple months and this last year as well. Like, it's so fun, actually. And I mean, I had like little crystals here and there and like different pieces that I have found at different gem fairs or different places, and or gifts that have been given to me over the years. But I actually have like built up a solid collection this year, which wasn't like what I was planning on doing, but it's really super awesome to um, call on these allies and resources and these crystals and these stone people. Yeah, just amazing, really. Like, and I know it's a work in progress and it's just beginning, and so it's a magical new beginning with all these new things. But all these things relate in certain ways, and so we'll see how they want to be included and played with. Yeah, through all these ways. And so was looking for some different crystals to give away for this circle, because that's what I've been doing every circle this year. I've been guided to work with different stones and haven't really like known like exactly why. Like, there's one part of me that knows, but there's one part of me that doesn't know and is fully clueless and gets to enjoy the surprise, and the unfolding, unraveling mystery, yeah, as she is and as she gets to be. And so I found these that were pink and blue, and they almost look like purple in the certain light. So it's really awesome. Yeah. All those colors and what they can hold, and the qualities and energies of those colors and everything. But these are quartz crystals that are coated with titanium chrome, I believe. And I had never even heard of that until I went to the gem fair like a couple months ago in September, October. And I saw this little piece. And I was just drawn to it because of the way that the light reflects and it changes colors. And it reminded me of the peacock and iridescence and all of that. And so I didn't even know what it was, but I was just like, oh, I think I want that. I think I need that in my life. And so I'd never even heard of it. And I think the seller was saying, oh yeah, it's quartz crystal that's coated with titanium chrome or something. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And it felt really like solid in my hands, and like I really like the feel of it and everything. And it's different than anything that I have. And so I was just like, yeah, that I'd like that. And so I've worn it a couple times, and yeah, I have felt like it does amplify certain energies. And yeah, I'm going to work with it a little more and practice with it. But yeah, since I've been so intrigued with it, I get to do a little more research and looking into these things. But I received this one today, which is like the same kind of a thing. Yeah. And so I just have it here with a little crystal grid on my desk. And my husband bought me a really huge piece that's freaking amazing. I may bring it downstairs next time and show you guys. But yeah, it's just having fun with all these colors and these crystals and these stones. And I've been benefiting from working with them in different ways. I can, yeah, and I do feel the energy shift and change. And it's pretty sweet and awesome, like, to be able to feel that, like, and also noticing that I'm a lot more sensitive when I'm in the same area or the vicinity of something that has a lot of energy, or and can feel it like more in the palms of my hands, like vibrating and whatnot. So it's like that those hand chakras are open now, and so it's really, really cool. Like, I'm just wow. And I'm wearing my little chakra balancing bracelet that my friend Danielle made, and my little earth grounding and centering bracelet on my right arm. And I have my Sacred Seas bracelet that she made on my left arm today. And I'm excited for her Yule bracelet that's got like green and pink and yeah, different things in them. So excited for that. So just loving all the beautiful, fun things and all the, yeah, good energy and the good medicine, the fire medicine in my life, and opening up and expanding for me. And so, yeah, just having fun, loving these things. So I was also like looking at like the titanium, chrome, quartz crystals, and there is an interesting thing where it said it pairs well with moldavite because it can open up certain things. And so I was like, oh, that's amazing. Let's look at some moldavite because I don't even know what that is. But actually, it's like it's glass that's formed from a meteorite hitting, yeah, the Earth thousands of years ago. And yeah, here's a little piece of moldavite. And so I just got that the other day. I'm going to work with moldavite and these titanium chrome crystals. So pretty fun. And it's right next to a clear quartz and a smoky quartz and kyanite and lapis. And I have citrine here and labradorite and shungite and citrine and tiger's eye. And I have this tangerine calcite and blue chalcedony and amber. So beautiful stones. Oh yeah, and then an organite piece. An organite piece that a friend made me here with the copper and the spiral in there. The round and the circle. So got all these good things, good juju beads. So fun. And so stone people and reviewing some of those sacred path cards. And I also super appreciate my friend who created these beautiful bracelets, and I'll put something in the description link if you guys want to see her stuff on Etsy. And she also like prints out these little forms, you know, these little things with all the stones' properties and qualities, what they can help with, what chakras they're connected to or correspond to, and all those things. So super appreciate all this love and learning. Yeah. And all the beauty all around me, all around and within me. All the gifts, all the blessings, all the miracles unfolding. So with that said, let's look at this journal from like last month or 2 months ago. It was just open here downstairs in my office here, and it was perfect because it's got like my little summarization of certain notes that I took from the Sacred Path cards. And the stone people I have written messengers. So it's records, knowing, revealed. The stone people are the record holders for Mother Earth. The stone's mission of service is holding energy to carry records and transport electromagnetic energy on Mother's surface. Yeah. To collect energy, hold it for later use. The language of the stones is a personal discovery with many messages for each individual. Each rock is part of the body of Mother Earth. An earthing influence is a way to anchor the body to the Earth Mother, to feel security of her nurturing influence. This marks a time of revelations and remembering. You are now in a position to know where you came from and where you are going. A stone person can help you in focusing intent, dispelling confusion, and changing habits, and retrieving records. So new understandings, listen, allow, learn, open, know, and review. So I super appreciate that, the stone people. We'll see if anything else wants to be brought in around that. But I totally did want to mention that because I'm super grateful and appreciative of that, of all the gifts that have come through this year. And the really amazing thing is too, is on January 1st when I went to a giveaway ceremony. Actually, what I offered and was willing to share and honor more fully by offering that as a gift to someone else. It was a gift that had been given to me and that I really appreciated. But I felt like it would help me let go of some things and some old expectations, and also some confusion and delusion around certain things, around a relationship that was really dear to me, but it wasn't, what I wanted it to be. And so I was having a really hard time understanding what to do with what I was feeling, and how to alchemize like this conflict within me. And it did teach me so much, and I have so much to share and say about that, but we'll see how that wants to emerge in its own time, authentically. But it was a heart serpentine stone that had been given to me by a teacher that has shared her good medicine with me and her human heart with me and all her love and medicine gifts with me. And she is very dear to me, and I love her and I miss her very much. And it really did hurt me when I felt like abandoned and misunderstood and rejected in certain ways, or there just wasn't time, or there wasn't space, or there wasn't enough for me. And so I really wanted this teacher to take me under her wing and, keep me safe, keep me in her sphere, her beautiful sphere of influence. And certain things just worked out the way they worked out, like to where there was this separation and this distancing, and her absence taught me so much as her presence did. And so, like, there are certain people that come into our lives that aren't like anyone we've ever met before, and they change us because just by being who they are, and like by reflecting our own light back to us, and our own worth and our own beauty and our own power that we have to shine. And so just grab a tissue. So I didn't want to contaminate like this beautiful relationship, and I realized that, I had spiritually bypassed a lot of feelings of disappointment and resentment that I had because there was certain things that weren't lining up, and it didn't seem to be so easy anymore, connecting and getting together. And so I lovingly expressed the last time I talked with her, like, that I was really happy about what she was doing and offering, like, new classes and new shamanic diets and things. She had invited me to come and participate in August of 2020. But, that was a year that shook a lot of things up for a lot of us. And at that time, I was so busy. It was such a busy month for me in August. And I kind of had, like, been processing some things since May and June and July around certain relationships, around certain core relationships that I had with other women, sisters, and friends in my lives. And this teacher was one of them, and I was like, oh, these relationships, they don't feel very good anymore. They feel like they're imbalanced, or something's not aligned anymore with who I am, with where I'm going, with what I know to be true, with what I'm learning and all of that. And it was uncomfortable, but it was just like, okay, I'm willing to look at this. I'm willing to, like, get through this. I'm willing to just allow it to be what it is. And I'm willing to surrender it too, And so, I let her know that, hey, I'm happy that you're doing this, and I'm, like, really glad for the people that do get to participate in this new diet and shamanic learning with you and everything. But I won't be able to make it this time, but I wish you all the best. And I also have been guided to lovingly communicate with you about what I've been feeling lately. And because there were certain promises that were made in certain ways, and then, like, yes, we can find a little bit of time here, we can steal a little time here, and her thing was she's so busy because she's so amazing. She's always helping other people and always caregiving and always, doing amazing things, and just doing her thing the way that she does in all of her ways, through all of her ways of being who and all she is. And so, it's just, I didn't really feel like I was as important to her as she was to me. And it was like, that was kind of a sad story where, I heard that voice of like, I wish I was as important to you as you are to me. Like, and I was like, oh, that's kind of a sad sob story, Just looking at those stories that was coming up and listening and just like, well, and just going back and forth, oh, I shouldn't be feeling like that. And then it was just like, well, I do feel like that, so what's at the bottom of this, is it this or is it that, and so, I just needed to take a step back for myself, really, to see like what my agendas were. And it seemed like there was a common theme and a common thread in all these relationships that just weren't lining up anymore, just weren't feeling that hot and great anymore. And felt like really stagnant, and like there was some huge blocks there, like to communicating or like moving forward in any way. And so, it's super interesting just to allow this process and allow it to unfold for me, and to see where I was dishonoring my own energy, and then seeing certain expectations and certain ideals that I had, and unconscious strategies at play, and all those things. And so I have been able to see with more clarity in the last couple days, like a little more around all these things, these three relationships that have been and are and always have been, a gift for me to receive if I can open and soften and see, that it was sorrow and joy, and it was pleasure and pain, all these things. And so, what else wants to be said about that? And so it's been a while since I have had like any contact or very much contact with these three beautiful souls that I do love, but it was just time to separate, and it was time to take a break, and it was time to come back home to me. So I had to surrender any like old contracts that I felt I had with them, just let them go so that I could come back more fully home to me and honor and master my own energy. And so, there were a lot of different things that I could see like immediately like into, but other things weren't so clear for me. And so it's just interesting getting some new insights after surrendering it again, like, because I really wanted certain things to be reconciled and to feel better, and like everybody's happy and everybody's happy with me, because if someone isn't happy with me, oh boy, I did something wrong, or something's wrong and I need to fix it, and it's okay, like, just to let it be what it is and let it go, because who knows, like, it may be one thing, but it may be more than that, so let's see what it gets to be and all of that. So It's been a while since I've talked to any of them in depth or even had any contact whatsoever with these three. And it was all interesting themes. So they didn't have enough for me. They didn't either have enough time for me, enough love for me, or enough energy, or were able to reciprocate certain things in the ways that I wanted or I expected things to be. And also, like, there was a part of me that was giving my power away. And that took a little while to see underneath the surface of things, the apparent surface of things. And so it was all an opportunity for me to come back to me and claim my power and my sovereignty. And so super grateful, like, for all the medicine and all the blessings and all the love and all the gifts that have been shared, like, through all of these relationships, and all relationships connected to me and we, all relationships that help me know who I am and free myself to be. And so this giveaway ceremony in January 1st, at the beginning of this year, 2021, I chose to bring this beautiful serpentine heart stone that was from Machu Picchu, and she had given to me maybe in 2012 or 2013. And I super did appreciate, and I knew it was a really powerful stone as well, but I felt like holding on to it was just bringing me a little more pain than I really needed. And I figured, you know what, this is a gift of love, and I want to honor that love that we did share. And so that it felt like a perfect invitation to offer that and to give that back and to give it to someone else, who it was meant for. And so it's kind of fun, like, all of these different other stones have come in, and all these other different relationships have come in this year in those ways. So super awesome, like, just looking back and reflecting on these certain things and magical and mundane happenings. So all these healings and revealings and uncoverings and recoverings. So I'll just slow down for a second because I don't know where to go from here. And I knew that there was going to be so much to share. It's been 7 days, but sometimes don't even know where to start because it's just all here and it's all a blur. And so that's like surrendering and suspending and hanging from the tree like the hanged man again, like to be empty. And so just looking at those things. So bullshitters and full shitters. And making friends with our bullshit. And it's okay to be full of shit because that's a lot of fertilizer, And so some of these other cards I have here are Shaman's Death, Coco Pelli, and the Great Smoking Mirror. Then there was also like smoke signals. Like, what are we sending out? And smoke signals has been huge for me coming up lately, and reminding me, about the element of air and the smoke that's in the element of air. And that also corresponds to Nephthys, the goddess of the silence and the goddess of the shadows, the unseen. It's been coming up. It's been a good theme. So the shaman's death, dropping the robes, the ego death, and the death of the old. When a shaman can recognize the shadow inside the self, diagnosing similar darkness in others is possible. The willingness to confront anything in the self that is not serving the sacred path to wholeness and to go through the cleansing process of shaman's death is admirable. Assist the process by consciously allowing the old to be removed. What parts of the self are dying? Let go and make way for the new cycle of life to take hold. Remember, you are creating fertile ground for new adventures when you are willing to let your old identities die. The rebirth cycle is always full of promise. My writing gets smaller, so let's see what we have here. The rebirth cycle is always full of promise and growth when you allow the old patterns to die with dignity. Yeah, so doing my best to be gracious and to be humble as well. And to know that there are multiple sides to every story. How could there not be? There's multiple players, multiple characters, and multiple parts to the story. So Coco Pelli, I wrote, he has an enormous Baumstucker. LOL, it's a mark of maleness and fertility. His seeds are sacred. His line bore children of special talents. Coco Pelli used reflective light as well as sound to mesmerize and nourish delight. This flute carries the music of the stars to the great Earth Mother and calls for the thunder beings to make love to her. This union will bring a child to the people who will one day lead them back to the stars through the inner earth, the luminous child. So you are being asked to use your talents to create fertility in some area of your life. Whatever you intend to plant at this time will be very productive for you. Planting seeds takes effort, and now is the time to use your skills and resources to make use of magic. Shift away from limiting ideas and move forward. The time is now, and the power is you. How awesome. And then the great smoking mirror, I am another one of yourself, and you are another one of myself. So I am another one of yourself. Every life form reflects every other life form, and all that originate from the original source. Unique expressions of oneself. Compassion is of utmost importance. Lack of compassion results in unforgiving coldness that consumes the heart. Life cannot quicken and grow inside a person who cannot forgive others or oneself. Create harmony through introspection and self-examination. See through the smoke of the physical illusion into the true nature of life. Every part of creation is interconnected and depends on all other life forms within the whole. So a big source of past resentments and old belief strategies, stories, and programmings. Resentments that I must suffer and I must please, I must prove that I am worthy, I must sacrifice myself to be worthy, I must deny my needs, my feelings, hide to manipulate, minimize my feelings, and my survival, emotional, spiritual, physical needs. I must play small, I must pretend, I must not upset anyone, I must play the peacekeeper, the cheerful one, the stable one, the caregiver, the friend. I'm not allowed to be human, make mistakes, or have my ungraceful and raw moments. I must suppress my anger, my grief, and my discomfort to make it all right for all others. I'm not allowed to express myself truthfully or authentically. It makes others uncomfortable or makes them feel bad or angry, upset, afraid, jealous, envious, hostile, possessive, aggressive, and unpredictable, trigger happy, unstable, triggered with rage, etc. So I need to fix things. Survival strategies, fight, fawn, or freeze. Provide comfort and false peace to disarm the other, creating temporary safety and stability, security, belonging, ease, through pleasing the abuser or the object of my anxiety, or the object of my affection, maybe, for securing my belonging and my safe place within the tribe or the family unit. And I have felt so very angry. Actually pretty damn furious with those that I believed should know better, or those that I thought were wise or skilled and wizened leaders and elders, medicine allies, friends, mentors, companions, spiritual teachers, healers, and friends, or those who called themselves or named themselves spiritual warriors, seekers, healers, and shamans, self-professed gurus and leaders, storytellers, spiritual practitioners, and experts in their fields, natural and developed talents for sure. I'd seen them shine their amazing light and share their divine gifts with love, compassion, generosity, kindness, and grace. But when the fears rose up, they turned into something else, and something else took their place. Something unrecognizable and unexpected, fearful, controlling, rigid, contrived, serving the false light, refusing to confront their own folly, their own mistakes, misperceptions, and lies, their own projections and shadows. This shattered my illusion that we all saw the same light and the same shadows in the same ways, that we were all on the same page, that we were all aware of the current landscape and what was in the process of unfolding and what we were all being asked to reclaim. I thought they were aware and they understood, like, this light and shadow game. I thought they knew, like, how dark and how corrupt things had gotten and how dark the underbelly really is. And they didn't want to face and confront it, and it really upset me because I thought they had already done that work. I thought they were already in the know because we'd shared such beautiful things and amazing visions together that I thought, how could they not, like, understand that certain things are happening and certain things have been playing out in the shadows in certain ways. So that was what really disturbed and upset me, like, because they didn't know and they were supposed to know. They were the knowers, they were the knowers of secrets. Yeah. And so I really didn't understand how in the world they could hold such contradictory, hypocritical beliefs about yoga, plant medicine, consciousness, magic, energy, healing, and the mysteries, and still be carried away by their own fears, preferences, insecurities, beliefs, myths, lies, and stories, identities, ideologies, and ego strategies, and still claim that they were open-minded, compassionate, aware, and tolerant, peaceful, and undivided within themselves and their constructed lives. Didn't they have some kind of magic formula and that full inner sight? Like, I just didn't understand. I thought they already knew and they were already privy, and I was just kind of catching up, like, to everything else, everyone else, And I saw myself in this light of, nothing special, and that was my own self-importance and my own self-pity. That inhibited my ability to soar, my soul's ability to soar. Chained to these old lies. That I wasn't enough and I wasn't worthy. And so I expected them to carry it for me because they were worthy and they were right, And so when they couldn't do that, that just didn't sit right, Some of them anyways. So it's just like, wow. And it's just helped me to see me in a new light. So hadn't they had it all figured out? Weren't they all knowing and operating beyond illusion and beyond belief? Couldn't they see what was happening? And couldn't they see me and we? Struggling, gasping, crying, and screaming, begging, please wake up, please, please. Had they not confronted their own mortality? Had they not experienced the shaman's death and rebirth several millions of times? Had they not experienced the collapse of the tower again and again through time, just like me? Had they not overcome their worst nightmares and fears, their deepest sorrows, their deepest pain, their deepest, darkest seas, and seen into, this, to reclaim their own gifts of wholeness, conquering their own fears of death, loss, dying, dissolving, and unraveling? Hadn't they seen through the illusion and the mindfuckery? I just didn't understand how the ones with so much love, compassion, beauty, and wisdom could be so wrong, shut down, resistant, terrified, compliant, cowardly, confused, or possibly in on the ruse. What else were they hiding or propping up, making up, through make-believe and self-deceit? It made me question everything and where I had unconsciously given my power away or projected it onto them so they could carry it for me. And we. So thank you for the lessons in the alchemy in action, reflections of the great smoking mirror. Another one of myself, grieving for the parts of me that are dying and clearing space to be reborn. Through we. 4 false beliefs that society is built upon. And this was an awesome little nugget that I received. And it was a video that Bruce Lipton had done. And it was pretty awesome to look into. And I'll put that in the description box. So this journal that I had open here was from September and October. And I have Badger here Badger has helped me so much. Oh, thank you, Badger Medicine. My Badger bitch helping me with that aggression itch. So I never really learned to, be with my anger or feel that anger or give myself permission to express or to explore or to be with that anger, because it was always a dangerous emotion that was just too much. So I'd always bypass it or turn it in on myself through self-destructive programming and conditioning. And so the addict, I can so empathize with the addict and the beggar. Yeah. The one that has to beg for life. The one that has to justify and sneak guilty pleasures. Yeah. Sneak those clean, big gulps of air because I'm going to be suffocated later, So, funny and interesting. But Badger has helped me so much, work with and create with and use my anger as a catalyst for growth and knowing who I am. And seeing where I diverted or subverted so much of my own energy by not acknowledging this anger and this rage inside of me. And so, all these things that brought it up, in the last couple of years. So it wasn't just brought up in 2020. It was actually brought up the year before for me during the eclipse season in the summertime. And it was super interesting the way that happened and the way that those things played out. And I really want to thank my stepson as well, because he was a trigger in in our space, that actually got me in touch with certain parts of myself that were really fucking angry, let's see, he was probably about 19 at the time, and he's a really fun kid and everything, but there is just kind of interesting, sharing space with others, how it can bring up certain patterns and dynamics and certain unconscious strategies and for control and all of that. And so it's been very, very interesting. That's when I first started looking into it really in depth and allowing myself to express it was 2019, and that has helped me a lot coming into 2020. When little did I know it was all going to be coming up from all places. Yeah. And so super grateful to be able to allow that anger and to bless that anger and to thank that energy for being a valid and legit part of my creative energy. And so working with and playing with all of these denied, discarded, demonized, rejected parts to come back in union through the divine heart. And so December 1st, 2021, Wednesday, new moon portal energies, magical me and we. It's all about the energies, all about the wheel, the Yuletide, the cosmos, the whole, the cell, the mandala, the key, and the rose. I get to send out Winter Circle invites today, just the simple basic details, and send more complete info later. So breaking it up into smaller steps, because I do tend to overwhelm myself sometimes because I have this big, huge vision in my mind of it can be all of this and it is all of this. And then sometimes I have a hard time applying and practicing and applying. Yeah. Just certain steps in certain ways. And so it just it really does help a lot to just remember it's step by step and it's bit by bit. And I don't need to control all of it or make it all fit into what the vision that I see. I just get to allow it to come through me and to move through me and not be so attached to what it's supposed to look like and what it's supposed to be and how it's supposed to seem. So virtues, commitments, dreams, talents, gifts, play practices for love, creative connection, callings, goals, service, devotion, rituals for healing and remembering, simplicity and sincerity, intentions, engagement, attention. Relax into love, presence and purpose. Enjoy, be here, have fun. Celebrate, breathe deeply, let go, receive, reciprocate, nourish, nurture, cultivate, be nurtured, nourished, strengthened. Reciprocity, clear the space. Choose all I love, bless all I love. Creative inspiration. And so, just like little prompts for me. What do I love about life? What do I love about Yule? What do I love about community? What do I love about our stories? What do I love about our relationships? What do I love about art? What do I love about imagination? What do I love about the winter? What do I love about all of these holiday traditions, myths, and the magical energies? This time of restoration, reflection, and celebration. Symbols, renewal, and rededication. Wellness, transformation, discovery, exploration, joy. So December 2nd, it's a new day, Thursday, new moon and solar eclipse portal and energies. New day, new life, new eyes, new time, new cycle, new growth, new expansion, new choices, blessings, lessons, gifts, potentials, opportunities. New creativity, new relationships, new pathways, new ground, new territories. New vistas, renewed vision and purified intentions, renewed imagination, sovereign nation, new initiations, and new challenges to catalyze new growth and transformation. New roles, new stories, new ways of co-creating, communicating, navigating, relating, and exchanging. New intimacy, new levels of heart-based clarity, new being, becoming, creating. And so I have been enjoying all of this soul making, this home soul making. I have so enjoyed it the last little while, like so very much. And loving all the magic of the tea, yeah, and all the magic that is available presently, yeah, to play with, enjoy, and create. And so new tinctures that I'm creating, new tea blends, the new space, set and setting, December magic, love, joy, and creativity, Yule celebrations, solstice time, circle preparations, inspiration, intuition and passion, tenderness, group activities, soul making a soul-made life, attend to love and relationships, answering the call, courageous, silence, mindfulness, awareness, reception, open mind, open heart, open eyes. Wellness choices, respect, care, and trust. Play, practice, surrender. Be in the world, but not of it. Temperance, compassion, empathy, discernment. Healthy boundaries, movement. Let it go and shake it off. Let it flow. Use my intelligence wisely. Trust my instincts and let go of regrets. Thank the past for the lessons and let the future and the present be my joy, pleasure, inspiration, celebration. I am here. Love is here. We are here. Life is here. And so what does the winter solstice mean spiritually? The winter solstice is a great time to recognize the hardships that we have overcome, release the old energy that no longer serves, and celebrate all the things in life that bring us joy and happiness, peace, prosperity, love and clarity, coherence, our growth energy, and our life force. So all the old energy that inhibits or hinders our growth energy or life force. So releasing that and offering that back. So practice rituals that celebrate the optimistic points in your life. Focus. Celebrate the change of the seasons with rituals. Enactment and activation. Psychic engagement. Yeah, dedication to life. Devotion to life. So celebrate the change of the seasons with rituals that recognize and mirror how our life, our lives, and our natural rhythms match the natural flow of Earth and Earth Mother, nature and her cycles of growth, recreation, and regeneration. So growth and recreation. Winter solstice is the midpoint of winter, the shortest day and the longest night. And so we've been, there's all these kinds of calendrical systems, which is it's interesting, but they don't all measure time in the same way. So some of these things, like with the eightfold path or the eightfold wheel of the year, that is a time to observe like all of those points of the year in a cyclic way, in a cyclic system. And so it is interesting that in our linear concept of time, how, we've been taught to look at certain things in certain ways, and it's kind of hard to wrap our head around certain other concepts or other ways of seeing or being. And so, winter solstice, some people think that it is the first day of winter, but it's actually not the first day of winter. Our solstices and equinoxes are not the first day of, it's actually a midpoint where we're actually in it already. And so the winter solstice is the midpoint of winter. It's the shortest day and the longest night. And so for those 3 days, the days are very, very short, and the nights are the longest of the year. And then after those 3 days, because all those things happen in threes, so that's very interesting to look into. So after that, the nights start getting shorter and the days become longer. So why would that be the first day of winter when it's like the darkest night? We're already like through some of it when we get to the winter solstice, and that's the celebration of the return of the light. So we celebrate the return of the light, the promise of new life through the hope and inspiration of renewal. We thank and release the internal struggles that we worked through. We thank, bless, and release the internal struggles that we worked through during the dark half of the year, or the dark half of the cycle, the growing cycle. Then we welcome the strength to use the lessons from our prior hardships, celebrating the light that always comes after darkness, the peace that comes after struggle or change. Renewing life energy, returning to the roots to nourish all that we are and all we shall be through all we have been. Aho. So the wheel, the sun, the light, the mother, the reindeer, the child, the god and goddess, the circle of life and the life-death-life cycle, fertility, acknowledgement, community, dwelling deeply together, 2+ gather as one. The heart, the hearth, the home, the temple, the sacred fire within, and the waters of life begin again. Evergreens, immortality, ever-changing, renewing life, regenerative life, starlight, starshine, starvine, sunshine, dark to light, all is right, the roots, the bones, the foundation, blueprint, essence of light, the seed, the egg, the flower, the fruit, the tree of life, the tree of eternal life, generosity, hospitality, gratitude, enchantment, wonder, awe, life, joy, magic, reciprocity, inspiration, and softenings, passion and tenderness, love and forgiveness, hope, well wishes, prosperity, goodness, appreciation, receptivity, comfort, warmth, support, life, care, truth, and joy, willingness, sacrifice, giving, offering, sustaining, honoring, serving, all of life, transition, rest, restoration, renewal, resharing, recharging, regenerating life, electric, magnetic, domestic, eccentric, wild, raw, beautiful life, life, death, life, transformation, transcendence, storytelling, dreaming, anticipating, celebrating, participating, giving, sharing, receiving, all the gifts of life, love, being whole, living, loving, being one, being loved, being life, living life, honoring life, continuity, compassion, peace, truth, and receptivity, creativity, surrendering, strength, grace, mercy, empathy, trust, authenticity. The peacock, the phoenix, and the rainbow body, rubies, pearls, diamonds, emeralds, crystals, precious gems, the lotus and the mud, reaching for the light, sharing beauty, joy, through life, death, life, portals of potential, darkest of the nights, the light she is returning, she of the lotus, dark to light. Everything connects eventually, love is all around, the empress and her fertility, union, you, me, and we, the Trinity, 3. December 3rd, new moon window, portal of growth and change. I'm thinking about the matrix grid of control and the mind-controlled simulations, programs, feedback loops, hooks, distortions, inversions, and deceptive behavior that keep us bound and artificially stunted. Spiritually, mentally, socially, psychologically, and psychically. emotionally separated and immature, held back from organically evolving and transforming through these false light structures and fallen hierarchies of domination, manipulation, and control. May all beings be free. May all beings be freed from their illusions, pain, guilt, shame, and suffering. And may my own actions, thoughts, words, and deeds contribute to joy, happiness, freedom, and integrity for all beings. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. I forgive myself for not knowing. I forgive myself for forgetting. I forgive myself for everything. I forgive all for everything that has caused sorrow, grief, pain, struggle, and suffering. I choose compassion, love, forgiveness, and empathy. I choose freedom. I choose peace. Oh man, and the energy, is just, all over the place and feeling really strange, but it's just like, okay, this is just what it gets to be right now, and just be mindful of my own energy and my own energy needs so that I can walk in balance and I can walk in beauty and I can walk in harmony and I can hold space for everything that is meant for me and that is coming in for and through me. So I found some amazing Solstice and Yule writings that I had written a couple years ago for fun, and that was so much fun to see and read again and learn and relearn so much more again. So I love this stuff so very much. All I get to receive, be free, live, embody, and share. Pleasure and love versus pressure and obligation. So pleasure and love versus pressure and obligation. Fun, joy, and play, or expectation. So I get to be with it. I get to surrender it. Or there's the other side of I have to, and I have to get it done. I have to get it done, yeah. So I get to work with this. I get to play with this. I get to enjoy this. I get to allow this. I get to move through this. I get to experience this. Instead of it just needs to be resolved. So just let it go and let it be and be free. Yeah, love is free to be. And so just, reviewing and remembering all these things. So life is alive. Divine order and cyclic time, spiraling through life, spiraling through time, spiraling in through life and in through time. Lighter, brighter, fuller, spacious, room for it all to be, all it is, truly, and all it gets to be. Life alive in her fullness and her undividable totality. Love is true and free. Love is one. Love is real. Love is one. Be free. Worn out clothes and puts on new ones. I validate, accept, love, honor, and respect myself and my energy, my life force, my creative currency, and the power that flows through me. I am not afraid. I am willing to step into these new roles and be, through becoming, being all I am, through all I am, for all I am, in all I am. This love I am. Letting go of who I want to be for others so I can just be myself, the love I am. So slow down and be here, be right as I am. Here as I am here I am. Right here, I am here, I am right here as I am. I am right to be as I am. So December 4th, I am so grateful for the caterpillar and the butterfly. I just had this little kind of download when I was sitting on the porch the other night. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I just got it and I just started crying. And I was like, I'm so sorry for judging that greedy ass motherfucking caterpillar, that that son of a bitch that destroys everything. But he does that because he's got to eat and he's got to put on all this weight and he's got to consume all this, for his long nap of metamorphosis. So it was just amazing, really. So I am so grateful for the caterpillar and the butterfly. I'm so grateful that the caterpillar is so fat, greedy, and active for life. Consuming so much life, destructive and indiscriminatory. Is that even a word? I don't know right now. Oh well, LOL, go to hell and go through to the other side. I'm so grateful that the caterpillar answers the call to become the butterfly, dissolving itself through life, death, life, devouring, consuming, birthing itself through life, death, life, through holy trust and sacrifice. And maybe I have been resisting my own light, my own life, my own flight, my own right to be free, my joy, my love, my birthright to be me. my own power, my own creativity, my own fertility. Am I afraid of my own beautiful light? So I hide and pretend I am less than I am, and I worry I'm too much as I am. So skate it off, shake it off, dance it off, skank it off, LOL, just move, be moved, and let Shakti be free, alive, circulating freely, and being freely received. So pinks and purples, blues and reds, rose gold, silver, bronze gold, diamonds, ruby, pearls, yellow, orange, and green. As above, so below, all this love alights and grows, opens, softens, freely flows, energy, attention, creative flow. Inspiration, magic, the heart truly knows, golden key light codes of the sacred rose. All the season holds, let go, to be alive, let go, let go, let go. Embrace the fool, the I don't know, and surrender, be free, trust and let go. Love knows, she knows, love knows, let her flow. So now I know, or I can see into, that the old people pleaser programming and the ways it divided and conquered me. I can see more into that old people pleaser programming and the ways it divided and conquered me, consumed me and devoured me, suffocated and suppressed me and we. When someone wasn't happy with me or comfortable, allowing or hospitable with me, then I must have done something wrong, or I was wrong, or the other was wrong to be, or they were seeing wrongly. One had to be wrong, or in the wrong way to be, the wrong way of looking for what's wrong. So tired of that tired-ass song, trying so hard to get along, shutting down, freezing, and holding on. And so I'm damn ready to move on. I'm so damn ready to move on from this tired old I'm right and you're wrong song. So empathic overload, emotional overwhelm, tired fucking stories, and you can go to hell. Oh well, there's that rigid asshole that just wants it to all be well and wants to tell it like it is. Sickened by the idiocy and the ugly hypocrisy, the wrongness of what should not be, the wrongness of this idiocy, this ignorance, manipulation, domination, and twisted ego fuckery. Silly lies, myths, and bullshit, ideologies, beliefs, myths, and stories. So I get to choose compassion and empathy, non-attachment, and fuller, more true stories for empowering me, we, she. There's room for all the stories, let the stories be. Focus on my story, and all I get to choose, write, create, free, integrate, and be for all of me. Rituals, magic, love, and curiosity. Passion, compassion, tenderness, and mercy. Courage, trust, faith, grace, willingness, and joy to create and participate. Show up, shine, live, and make glorious mistakes. The spiral, the wheel, the circle of time, the circle of life, the circle of light. The womb, the cauldron, elixirs of life, Venus, Mars union, concordia, strife. Reunion, division, birth, death, new life. Feel, kiss, flow, be and let go. Make the room, make the space to go on. What is coming is more true than what is gone. Mother and child, God and goddess, God and midwife, God, love, life, light, blessing all the blessings, all is well and all is right. And I just love everyone, all of us so much. I'm feeling the meta, the friendship with all life. Feeling the rise, the higher we flow, how much love can one heart really hold? So much an infinite load. It doesn't weigh us down, it lightens the load, illuminating one through the light and shadow. It's a pleasure to live, love, be, celebrate, appreciate, honor, play, and reciprocate, participate, co-create, discover, uncover, and integrate all this love for me and we. The mirror and the stream, the mirror and the dream, the mirror and the beam. Love, power, freedom, joy, and responsibility. Devotion, love, and care, creativity, fertility, fecundity. All life is needed here. All gifts are needed here. Our love is needed here. We are all so dearly needed here. Rituals. So rituals keep coming up for me. Like the rituals are super important, and they're going to be really super important in this next cycle. And so I've been working with rituals very intensely for myself, for my own personal practices. And just anything can be a ritual and all of that. But it's there are certain rituals that we can follow our intuition to create for ourselves that really help us catalyze our healing or help us activate certain parts of our mind that get to participate with that healing. And super, super, super interesting. So several years ago, I guess it was, around the new year, this was suggested, and I don't know where it came from, but it was like rituals over resolutions. So yeah, instead of setting resolutions this year, choose rituals to activate certain things within our sphere, instead of like, holding ourselves to certain expectations. It's great to have goals and dreams and structure certain plans and all of that, but sometimes we cockblock ourselves when we set rigid intentions and we have these resolutions that are kind of sometimes impractical, or like we have like the motivation for them like in the beginning and then they just fizzle out because the energy already has its own momentum where it's going towards something else. And sometimes, we trip ourselves up. And sometimes it's not really about like using just sheer will force or willpower. Sometimes it's just like opening, softening, and letting something go. And then like the new life can flow. So it is kind of fun to look at certain things. And I will have more to say about this. Soon. Ritual over resolution and pleasure over pressure, discernment over judgment and joy over suffering, authenticity over play acting. So I'm doing my best to get grounded and centered. It's been an intense emotional ride. Empathic overload is an apt term for the emotional overwhelm that I feel sometimes. Everything can feel so overwhelming and super intense when the new energy surges trigger the emotional body. It's a good practice for me to remember to ground, let go, and recenter, because even the feelings of joy feel overwhelming at times. So, December 5th, festivities and community, industriousness and receptivity, friends, loved ones, and family, generosity and hospitality, focus, trust, and softening, remembering to ground, recentering, opening, relaxing, surrendering, letting go, and allowing, accepting, responding, engaging, flowing, floating, and converging, growth, change, and transformation, participation, confrontation, facing the whole truth, communicating, listening, and witnessing, and letting go. Letting go of expectations, judgments, beliefs, stories, old myths and roles, perceptions, patterns, attitudes, descriptions, strategies, prescriptions, blocks, limitations, worn out clothes, and puts on new ones. Trust life's rhythms and my connection to all things. December new moon, alchemy and accountability. Structuring, nurturing, surrendering and receiving. Chop wood, carry water. Rest, play, enjoy, create, follow my heart and my soul's whisperings. Innocence and South Shield. There's another one, another card from Sacred Path cards, South Shield. The South Shield is the place of innocence and that inner child. And so, that's one message that's been coming up huge for me today, is welcome that playful inner child and that love that believes in love and magic and all we are. And that has that connection to the higher imagination. So ask the little people for help. They love to be acknowledged and asked to help. A fun message that came through today when I was talking to one of my friends earlier through text. I told her to ask her little house elves and the little people for help during the holidays because, I'm not alone in feeling overwhelmed. And so we're all feeling a little overwhelmed, especially the people, those of us who are sensitive, and maybe even those of us who aren't very all that sensitive, but because there is a lot of overwhelm, and these times, on their own can bring up a lot for us. And so it's just kind of interesting what else is beneath the surface as well. So that was a fun little a thing. I just came in and I was like, that is a great message. Ask them for help. And that's fun, So it is it's best to focus on the small things and what's right here in front of us today. And, what's here right now. Right here in front of us, what we have to work with, what we have to play with, what we can recirculate, regenerate, create, celebrate, bless, love, thank, and praise. So yay so many herbs, teas, and tinctures, and yeah, just creating. I've been in the kitchen. I have super enjoyed this new moon and all this energy, and I've been making all these fun elixirs and potions and brews, and I'm just loving life and loving it so much, and getting all these gifts together and this homemade soulful life. And yeah, it's all about nourishment and wellness and the light. Yeah. So and the fertile darkness. So the whole, and so it is about unity and union and coherence. And so my word for the 2021 was continuity, and my word for 2022 is going to be coherence, because yeah, that's just what it gets to be. So yay, new life, new days, 3 fates and the virgin eyes, the virgin lives, the virgin time, virgin rhymes, Vestal virgins and the trine, the 3, the trinity. I spent some time in the kitchen organizing and refilling herbs, making some things, alchemy, making room and clearing space, planning, preparing for new love to be expressed, to circulate, regenerate, invigorate, activate, reciprocate, multiplicate, and potentiate freely. Focus and coherence. To potentiate coherence, unification, everything connects eventually. Dreaming about Yule and all things the wheel and winter symbolism and all the season holds. It really is so beautiful, a celebration of the sacredness and the generosity of life, and all the challenges, all the gifts, all the potentials, all the possibilities, all the aspects, all life. All the deities, qualities, energies, life, death, life, and all the Mother Goddess is when she's allowed to fully live and be alive. So, to give, forgive. And yes, I have been forgiving myself and wishing others well, wishing them joy, ease, and peace, wishing all well. Happiness, love, joy, and peace, wellness, harmony, prosperity. Sharing love, warmth, care, and generosity. Presence, nourishment, hospitality. Encouragement, praises, blessings, thanks. Prayers and acknowledgement, appreciation, gratitude, compassion, empathy. Humility, raw and real. Love, let it be. And so, here's one more fun thing to share. So I was looking at the astrology like I always do, and I've super enjoyed that this year too, like learning more about it and going a little deeper into it. And yeah, just seeing different patterns and different connections, because everything connects eventually. Yeah, and it's been like really fun, yeah, to do like this treasure hunting and then like excavate and investigate certain things and receive certain things and then have it repeated to me in a different way, in a different story, but it connects, you know? And so it's so fun, and I just, oh my gosh, like every day something wants to play, and there's so many things to play with. So many things, so many parts that want to play, so many players at play. And so it is such a fun thing to play with and play at being. So December 6th, Monday, new moon energies, moon day. Excited for this festive bright lights illuminating the darkness shadow season, bringing the darkness into the light and the purification of the lower mind to vibrate in higher reason. The higher octave of Aries. Yeah, the conscious mind and the purified will. Yeah, does the purified will have to do with Taurus? What do I get to choose today? Focused, ground, center, presence, purpose, passion, pleasure, potential, practice, and play. Rituals, self-care, self-love, self-aware, self-acceptance, self-respect, self-esteem. The impersonal lens and the soul, heart, mind making. I call on the luminous child within me that does not need the ego's limitations, strategies, or identities to be in the world, but not of it. And there was something potent and very interesting. I was listening to Colette Baron-Reid yesterday and her 15-card spread for the month of December about letting go and surrendering and closing out the passing year. Tuning into the collective energy, a clean slate, second chances, and regeneration. Reclamation, reflection, transformation. Unfinished symphony, still processing, in process and in processing. A leg up, asking for help, information coming through will help us shift and make changes. Time for a nap, be flexible, and chop wood. So, as like balancing between rest and work and play, yeah, and holding that space for it all to be, yeah, because there's so many changes taking place. We get to be mindful about our rigidities and our fluidity and making the room, making the space for things to change. Yeah. So we're in need of self-care. We can choose to be supported, and we can cut away the old growth and let go of the things that no longer serve us or sustain us, the things that no longer grow corn for us. So cut away that which hinders our growth and change, expansion, clean up our energy fields and our own personal space, cleansing and cleaning it up so we can clear the ground and the air for the new year. And so some of it that came up, it was like, is it over yet? Are we done yet? You know? And that's what I was getting like a couple weeks ago when I was looking at my discomfort and how uncomfortable I felt. Like, is this over yet? Can we be done yet? Is this over soon, please? You know, so I can be pleased. And it is. It's so funny. Is it over yet? LOL. That's so funny. Can we get to the end, please? How about just be here or begin again? Focus on new beginnings. So a greater connection with life, love, humanity, a great reminder to connect with spirit and all of life on this planet. Yeah. Through my own full, true, whole life. And our place in the family of all things, everything connects eventually. What is hidden? So there are undercurrents of fear, lack, and instability, and there are ego strategies. There are some things that get to be unmasked and that are overly dramatic and emotional hijacking. Blame, anxiety, rigidity, and the misuse of imagination. Uncomfortable feelings. Face and confront the whole truth. Soften, let go, open. And be free. Let it be. Balance, harmony, and accountability, the middle way between. So spiritual and emotional bypassing or shadow vomiting and dumping. So the middle way between like avoiding like these uncomfortable feelings or like dumping them all over somebody else. Like, what else can we do with that energy that's asking to be released? You know, asking to be offered back up and given back. And so feel, kiss, flow. Feel, kiss, flow. And I'll go into that in just a minute before we go. So the middle way. Watch unconscious reactions, traditional or default settings, old stories, and old beliefs. The only way that we can move forward is through connecting and tuning into our own soul heart energy and our true soul's essence, so we can turn it around for ourselves. The soul sings a unique note, and has its own signature light frequency. So drop the old stories and the old lenses, the old images and the old reactions, the scripts and descriptions. Take accountability for the stories that we play into and the energy that we can redirect and command, that self-mastery. So take responsibility for the accumulation of bullshit blockages and the half-true stories, scripts, excuses, confusion, a delusion, and collusion. Begin to attend to the true foundation. Clean it up, shake it up, raise it up, or give it up, offer it up, let it go, free it up. Get your goof on. Let your inner goofball play. Let your freak flag fly. Let your freak flag fly. What recharges your light and your energy? Artistic creativity, crafty. The crafty business and recentering. Authentic pleasure and resting. Peace, peace, peace. The mirror, the light, the reflection. The great smoking mirror and smoke signals. Review teachings and applications of Sacred Path cards. Deepen understanding, listening, intimacy through divine communication, unification. The wheel, silence and speaking. Presence, wellness and well-being, nourishment and inclusivity. Quartz, malachite, amber, and red garnet, bell, stars, tree of life. Crystals, flowers, evergreen, holly, mistletoe, burnstone, candles, colors. Juniper, pine, ritual, hospitality, sacred space, to be whole. The sun, the mother, the one, one love, one heart, one sun. The return of the light through the one. Expansion and rebirth. Rigorous honesty with myself and others. New changes, new choices, eyes wide open. Focus, energy, direction. Play, trust. I gather all parts of myself into one still point, relaxing into love. Exercise, move it out, dance it off, shake it out. Rewiring, retiring, rearrange, purify, clean it up. Sing, chant, vibrate, breathe, drum, feel the rhythm, reorganize. And so, Nephthys is the edge, the end, the unseen manifest, the witness, the silence in between, the gateway, the goddess of the shadows, and the inner light, the hidden in plain sight. So, new relationships with self, other, and beloved, and time. Integration and upgrades, it's all coming together in its own time, its own way, each moment, each day, each step, each way. And I get to get out of my own way. Let go and surrender. Let Goddess play. Surrender the baggage, the distractions, the misuse of imagination, the fear reactions, attachment strategies, default settings, personal feelings and histories, old descriptions, stories, myths, beliefs, identities, roles, agendas, defense, and coping mechanisms. So I can be here with me. So loosen up old rigidities, old ways of thinking, perceiving, and doing things. Shake it up, break it up, wake it up, make it up. As we go along, we shake it all up and make it all up. So flow with it and yield to it, make space for it and breathe with it. Feel in it, marinate in it, and be in it. Allow it. Feel, kiss, flow, the stream of it, and be free with all of it. Trust and love the great sea of it, the magic, beauty, mystery of this. All the love we get to be in all of this. All the web can hold, all we've been, and all we get to be. Great discovery, remembering, uncovery, recovery. All this love for me and we. To be. So getting my, getting out of my own way is really what it is. That's the play. Letting go of what I think I'm supposed to do, what I think I'm supposed to say, and who I want to be, or who I think others need me to be, so I can just be, love all my ways, through all these ways of being. So asking myself, what do I get to choose today? And knowing that every choice is a gift of love for me. And honoring all my choices that I get to make for me. And that's a part of my sovereignty and my autonomy and my creative power and currency. The choices that I make and what I get to create. And so looking at personal choices and responsibility, freedom, patience and endurance, slowing my pace rather than pushing the river. Thank you, turtle medicine. Koala, nightingale, sandpiper, badger, and blue heron. Bear and introspection. Peacock and the fires of purification. Phoenix rising from the ashes. So the blue heron comes every December, and I saw him about 5-6 days ago. I had been thinking about him and watching for him and wondering when he was going to show up. And then I saw him in the morning one day when I was waking up and opening my blinds. And there he was doing his little slow, reflective walk through the water, through the shallows. And it just lifted my heart, and it made me so happy that he was here again. And so I do see him at those transition times in the mornings and at dusk. Twilight. So it's fun to see him every day during this time, during this now time. So I've been making all of these amazing plant and medicinal wellness gifts and everything. Just been so enjoying all of it. And so just getting out of my own way and just like letting my instinct like lead me, my intuition, and just enjoying life, playing with life, playing through life, living my own life. And so I'm making some kombucha, ginger syrup, cranberry syrup, magnesium oil, body butter with magnesium oil and DMSO, filling up tincture bottles, body butter jars. Yeah, I'll be in the kitchen for a couple hours today, and so we'll see what else calls me or draws me in today. So right now, in the present moment, kicking ass and taking names, kicking sassafras and refrain. Untamed, unbridled, and unnamed, renamed, unafraid to play my game my way. For me, for gentleness. Yeah, be fearless and kind. Super interesting listening every single day. Everything is alive and talking to you. Are you listening? Do you hear? Do you hear? Do you hear her heart? Do you hear your heart? You are what you listen to. You are who you spend your time with. You are what you focus on. You are what you consume. That same energy is listening to you. So what are you speaking? You are what you speak. What are you intending? What are you choosing? What are you listening to? Is it the real and full true you, or is it something attached or outside of you? Does it hold space for all of you, the whole of you, or does it squeeze the life force out of you? Harvesting your creative energy. Is it regenerative or sustainable, or is it contaminated and fragmented, depleting, draining, and disempowering, dishonoring, and disallowing? Diminishing, demeaning, devaluing, or undermining? Your love, your truth. And so, yeah, just some fun things there. It's a fun day to let go and play, be silly and laugh at all the fanatical, farcical plays, all the silly noise and distraction and cray at play on the outer stage. Rattling the old mind cage, it's being seen for all it is, and what it really is, and all it's really been. It insists on being conquered, so we realize the beauty inside ourselves. Thank you. Yeah. It does feel like we're being pressed down upon, squeezed, going through this birth canal. But yes, when we are breathing correctly, we are free from judgments and ego attachments. Feel, kiss, flow. Make room for all of this, all the feelings as they exist, and let them be felt, moved, loved, received, and kissed. Make the room, clear the space, listen, silence. Love is space to be. Let me be free to transform and move, shift, let it unfold, and allow the resistance. Let go, and surrender. Remember, our love is threefold, and love is free, always. So come original, come authentic, fucking be real. It ain't easy, but it is fucking real. Keep me coming, there is a girl who will kill them stunning. Medusa, Kali, Durga, Sekhmet, the Morrigan, dark goddess, demon slayers. Unself-consciousness and innocence, raw, wild, and free. The one who is unafraid of any dark or any darkness. Boom. Yep, that's me, we, she. Thinking about all the messages, the signs, the songs, the stories, the guideposts, the breadcrumbs, the images and scripts, all the divination, intuition, and communications. So play. What lights you up? What recharges your light? What brings you the greatest joy and happiness? Love of your life. What lights up your life, your heart, your inner child, your inner spark, your inner fire? Fire medicine, good medicine. So keep my feet on the ground and my head in the clouds. Everything connects eventually. Yeah. But find the middle way. Make beauty, make music, make love, make art, and make space. To live, embody, love, and create. Play, be, and activate. Attune to your best self, your whole true self, and direct this divine creator energy. Trust, be still, open, soften, and have faith. Trusting your own deepest experience, your experience as the greatest authority, always. Reject external approval and authority. Trust and respect yourself. Own yourself, know yourself, love yourself. Know thyself through all your whole, full ways. Healing, holing, becoming free, becoming who I am for all of me. Through being all I am for me. Love is all around, you, me, we. Everything connects eventually, the circle of all things. Becoming who I am through being true to me. Being love for me through being all I get to be. So all is well, all is right. Although the world appears as hell, or falling into the deeper hells, oh well. Thanks to the assholes and the adversaries that insist on being conquered to help us realize our own legitimate beauty and power within and inside ourselves and our own lives. I trust this process, I trust my life, I trust this love, and I trust in life. I bless, praise, thank, and celebrate life. I am this light alive through life. I am this love alive through life. What puts that jump or that skip in your step? Choose all that. Bless all that. Invite all that, and be with that. Let your inner goofball play. Be wild and free. Be happy, be gay. Be joy, be at peace. Be love through all your ways. Aphrodite, the goddess of love, and Mars, the god of war. They come into union for a third to be born. Concordia, harmonia, balance, union. The middle way, the third path, Wu Wei, into peace, divine unity. Love all ways, in union. Radha, she is the goddess of devotion who can help us with that rededication and that renewal and devotion in union and in separation. So those are just some of the energies and qualities and archetypes and aspects, and I'm working with and playing with through this time. And it is all about the circle right now. The circle is huge, and squaring the circle right now. And the fire and water. The fire and water. And so I've had this board with me over here for the last couple months. And this one is the fire side, and this one is the water side. And so this says, fearless, and trust your life. And it's got Venus and the hands and the healing power of the hands. And her sensuality and her riches and creative currency. And there's this warrior here, yeah, and this dragon, and the sun, and the fires of volcanoes, and the sunshine. So the fire medicine. Fearless, sometimes we have to completely remove and destroy who we think we are in order to become what we were meant to be. Thomas Merritt. Trust your life. Let go of the illusion that it could have been different. So trust your instincts and let go of regrets. And then on this water side, don't let it get you down. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Albert Einstein. Free yourself. Don't be a prisoner of your past. It was a lesson, not a life sentence. And courage. Here's this little island. Yeah. And all this alchemical magic here. Just love it all. Free it all. Bless it all. And it is all about the seen and the unseen. And navigation. And coherence and clarity. And making those safe riverbanks. Creating those safe riverbanks. To immerse ourselves, like, in whatever we're in. And we can move through. Yeah. And begin again. So, with that said, there's just some awesome little things that I have here on this little plate. And it's the plants. And it's the plants that are used for cleansing and purification. And one of them that I had never used before, and it's a plant especially for this time, and it's juniper. And so it's just great. Juniper is an evergreen, and I made some winter-infused gin the other day with juniper, and that was the first time I got to do that with some balsam fir needles and like some other little herbs like allspice and juniper berries and yeah, those kinds of things. And I haven't tasted it yet, but it smells amazing. And I know it's like very herbaceous brew, like that's full of good life. And so this is fun. This is a juniper incense, and just got that for this time, and it's so it smells really good. I really, really appreciate that. And then I have like the Palo Santo here and the white sage. And yeah, these are all like beautiful allies to respect. Yeah, and to be mindful of, like to be mindful of our own resources. And we are like these stewards of the earth, and we are a part of Mother Earth. We are a part of her body. And so whatever we do to the earth and whatever we do to the web, we're doing to ourselves. And the plants can help teach us a lot, so much about how to grow, how to live, and how to thrive. And I love the plants for that, and so much more. So I just want to say, I hope you're well. I'm wishing you well. I'm wishing you well through this time. And may we all get through this and arrive when we're meant to get through the other side of it. And until then, like, we'll just be in transition, and yeah, in this space of not yet, but but as is, like it is what it is, what it is. And so just get to play the waiting game sometimes, or just slow down and be with what's right here and alive, what's alive within us right now. So, and what wants to live through us, what wants to be expressed through us, what wants to be celebrated through us, what wants to be enjoyed through us, what wants to be played through us, what wants to be celebrated and engaged through us, through our own lives. And that's what it's all about. So yeah, shine your light, live your life, and love your light. Be yourself and shine your light. So I love you all, and I thank you all. I'm going to bless you all, wishing you all well. Okay, until next time, we'll see you. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.